Blessed the Eternal One who loves the people of Israel. 401. Sukkah remembers the wandering in the desert, and the Jew sits in the Sukkah, remembers the desert, and remembers the Sukkah, which remembers the clouds of glory. And each Jew is a full experience of the whole Jewish narrative and story, in which this element of walking to the promised land via the desert and living in his boots on the way as a runaway slaves is a crucial element. So each one I'm inviting you to connect to that element in us and the call of the ancestors, 400, 401, coming to the source.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod, Malchuto, Leolam Avad.
So you should love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. 402. Take to heart his instructions, which he shall charge you this day. Impress them upon your children and recite them and set on your way. When you lie down, when you get up, bind them at the side of your hand, and let it be a symbol before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doors of your hearts and on your gates. כל תריקתם למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לכם. אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים ונתתם נצים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם. All pass to dreams. For if a dream dies, life is broken winged bird which cannot fly. All pass to dreams. For when dreams go, life is eternal, frozen with snow. Milchamo 406. Stronger than his own. Blessed are you, Eternal One, for redeeming Israel. After the various readings in the next page for Sukkot, a season is set for everything, a time for every experience under heaven. A call is not Va'et out of Ecclesiastes 3, and Catherine Pick will be reading it for us tomorrow morning as part of our regional services we have in the Sukkah. We are going to Dashkibenu, element 409 first and 408. Let us read together 409, then Tula will lead us by the Hebrew. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's sorrows. Eternal God, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up ready to do your will. Blessed is the Guardian of Israel, who loves to give light to the world. Adonai, for us to touch Shalom Aleinu,
Adonai,
because we are now ready to move to the Amidah, which starts on page 468. So what they devised in this book is that they've done the opening section evening, opening section morning, and then the Amidah jointly. We're going to say morning say this, evening say that. That's their device. Anyhow, before we even move there is a declaration all for the Shabbat. But because tonight is not a Shabbat, then the declaration has, and Moses declared the appointed festivals of the Eternal One to the people of Israel by Daber Moshe et Moadei Adonai et Bnei Israel. Let us rise, and we're moving to the Amidah. 468. Please join me. You might, O God, renew the earth. With the dew of light and blessing, let the earth be illuminated and blessed. With the dew of joy and delight, let the earth rejoice and sing out. With the dew of life and well-being, let the earth be revived and improved. With the dew of redemption, let the earth be redeemed. Livracha velo liklala, lechaim velo lemavet, Sova, razon, for blessing, not curse, for life, not death, for abundance, not want, 474. אתה הקדוש בשמך הקדוש וקדושים בכל יום יעבדו בסלע, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. 478, אתה בחרתנו. 478.
Thank you.
still on the same page, 478, the English. You have chosen us in love and favor by making us holy through your mitzvot and drawing us close to your service, and through your great and holy name may become known in the earth. In your love, eternal O God, you have given us feasts of gladness and seasons for joy, this Sukkot, season of our rejoicing, to unite us in worship and recall the exodus of Egypt, 480. Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu, יעלה ויבוא ויזכר זיכרוננו, וזכרון כל עמך בית ישראל לפניך, לטובה ולחן ולרחמים, ולחיים ולשלום ביום חג הסוכות הזה. Our God and God of our ancestors, be mindful of your people Israel and recall our merit for good and grace, and your loving kindness and compassion for life and peace on this festival of Sukkot. זוכרנו אדוני אלוהינו בו לטובה, עומדנו בו לברכה, בו לחיים. This day remember us for well-being. This day bless us with your nearness. This day help us for full life. Amen. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש ישראל ועד זמנים. רצה 484. רצה. Our ancestors acclaimed the God whose handiwork they read in the mysterious heavens above and the buried sin of earth below, in the orderly march of days and nights and seasons and years, and in the checkered fate of humankind. Lift up your eyes and look up. Who made all of these stars? Atov Shimcha, your goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Shalom Rav 488. טהור ברא לי אלוהים, nefesh and a pure heart from your God, ורוח חדש שלכם תרבי and create in his stead, this spirit. Do not cast me out of your presence, or take your Holy Spirit away from me. Let me again rejoice in your help, and the vigorous spirit sustain me. No matter declare your praise, help me to put this praise into practice. Open up my lips and my heart. Eternal God, we are opening now the week of festivity of Sukkot. We fast Rosh Hashanah, we fast Yom Kippur, and Sukkot is a time of rejoicing. So I bless you and wish for you that you will host and be hosted and visit, and even people coming over for visits, and really open your sukkah. And if you don't have a sukkah, then open your living room, and and share this interchange and building of relationship and hospitality. It's a good time to bless you and thank you for being here in this setting. So let's take a moment and just be blessed in this setting and the people and all those who came here tonight. And it's much appreciated that you're here. Much appreciated. And I think Rory would lead us by Ratzon. Could you do it? Rory,
Yes,
can you do it? Okay.
Yol ratzonim refi, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי לרצון רפי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, וגואלי.
Thanks for that. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Psalm 511. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, Leah, bless and heal all those who are ill. May the Blessed One be filled with compassion, for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say, Amen. I like to mention names. There are people that we are praying for their well-being and restoring of power and recuperation. Know where it came from, huh?
Our lives a blessing, and let
It's great to have you here.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you. I'm going to read my sermon from the computer. I apologize for that. Shalom, friends, and Chag Sameach. Thank you for joining us on this festival evening. The ancient and sacred ordinance Sukkot derives from the biblical commandment to dwell in temporary residence during this week, so that we remember our time as escaped slaves in the desert, when the eternal our God led us to inherit the land of milk and honey. The eternal is aware of our shortcomings. God knows that once people are safely settled on their land, they will certainly remember their own times of past sorrow, but they may not recognize the suffering of others. It takes maturity to acknowledge that the pain of others closely resembles ours. From a Jewish perspective, the expeditions are clear. The expeditions are clear. The Torah repeats time and again the basic idea that the foreigner must be accepted as a citizen. Beyond that, involved in the ritual of the land by bringing offering to the God of the Israelites' tribal affiliation. For an extended period of time after the destruction of the Jewish statehood by the Romans, we Jews had no political power. I would remind you that the state of Israel was established in 1948, replacing the British mandate in Palestine. For many centuries, Jews wandered in the world, staying where they were tolerated, never as citizens, never as equal partners in the society, but always as strangers, always under threat, and always in fear of persecution, which occurred repeatedly. In the 19th century, inspired by the emancipation of various European nations, Jews imagined themselves not only as a community of faith, but also as a nation that might thrive and be restored in its ancestral land, the ancient Holy Land of milk and honey. Friends, you are aware the situation in the Middle East has not resolved the envisioned by the generation that saw the 19th century turn into the 20th century, and thus encompassing the final years of the old order prior to First World War. By the 90s and the 30s, 2090s, 2030s, the situation of the Jews had become dire. Millions of Jews in Central and Eastern Europe found themselves in a dreadful situation. They were deprived of modern education, experienced discrimination in the states wherever they were citizens, and found themselves both hated and maltreated. Those Jews had nowhere else to go. Most countries at the time felt that they could offer very little support to the Jews who were at risk where they had been permitted to live. Many young Jews did immigrate. Great Britain, with all its dominions of that period, the United States, and certain other did issue migrating certificates, but political solutions were provided for thousands, where it was needed for millions. People were anxious to leave their place of residence, yet they could not secure acceptance elsewhere. In July 1938, the city of Evian in France hosted an international conference with representation from 32 countries and 24 aid agencies to discuss what could be done addressing the pressing issue of Jewish refugees. It was a heartbreaking moment in Jewish history. Delegates from all the participating nations agreed that something must be done to all those refugees who had been persecuted by the Nazis for their faith, creed, and origin. Having made this statement, however, they all felt that their governments were not in a position to offer much more. It was proposed that an agency be formed under the League of Nations to assist those distressed people whose destiny was being discussed. And there were two results of this colossal failure. First, Jews understood that they could account only on themselves. One should not underestimate the significance of this realization in our collective consciousness. And the second outcome relates to the rise of Adolf Hitler. He was delighted to discover that while other countries disapproved of his conduct, they would neither oppose him actively nor go out of their way to promote the immigration of Jews or others who resisted Nazi Germany. It was against this background that the Second World War broke in September 1939. And by the end of the war in May 1945, the Nazis and their collaborators had systematically murdered some 6 million Jews across their territories in Europe and North Africa. The largest Jewish population had lived in Central and Jewish and Eastern Europe. 2/3 of those people have murdered through pogroms and mass shootings, exterminated as forced labor in the concentration camp, or committed back to the gas chambers. What I'm now sharing with you is neither a personal opinion or an opportunistically fabricated narrative. These events happened only one generation ago, and the influence on our communal psyche is still potent. So what should we then do? Whom should we try to become as we face such excruciating memories of intense trauma? How can we transform all this pain into fertile soil from which the flowers of reconciliation may peacefully bloom? Those questions are not merely theoretical. Both South Africa and Israel have fallen under the shadow of this anguishing history. Questions concerning the notion of otherness, of who are strangers and how they should be treated, stand as a divine challenge to us all. Clearly, it is not an easy task to meet this challenge, yet that we offer you the message of Sukkot Festival, that it is not an easy task, as an aspect of the solution. We are all wanderers in this world. All of our ancestors were at some point expelled, compelled to flee, or hated for being different. This is part of human story. This is why it was, as I have already said in the Bible, representing, commanding us, the stranger who dwells among you shall be to you as one born among you, and you shall love the stranger as yourself, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. In actuality, this injunction seems generously hospitable, filled with the spirit of open-heartedness. The human heart can become the mother of the world, creating a space where everyone may dwell. And I would like to conclude this sermon with the invitation and the legacy that the beloved late Johnny Clegg has left us. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart to hold and stand me by. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart under African sky. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart. I see the fire in your eyes. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart that beats my name inside. Sometimes I feel that you really know me. Sometimes there's so much you can show me. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart. Chag Sameach. Thank you. And with that, we are moving to the Hallel component. So the Hallel component, we do the short one, is 5, 5, 8. Then we move to the Kaddish. Then we want to remind them to be done soon. Be done, okay? 5, 5, 8. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר השם מצוותיו, מצוונו לקרוא עליהם, blessed are you, eternal of God, soon all, who heals us with his word, commanding us to recite the hymns of praise. הללו את אדוני כל גויים שבחו וכל העמים כי גבר עלינו חסדו באמת אדוני לעולם. Hallelujah. Praise the eternal one, all your nations extol God, all your people for praise, God steadfast love endures us, God's faithfulness endures forever. Hallelujah. Psalm 180, go to the door. You are my God, and I will praise you. Elohai, Arameka, you are my God, I will extol you. Hodu, Ladonai, Ki, Tov, Ki, Yolam, Hasdo, praise the eternal one, for God is good, God's steadfast love is eternal. Friends, the longer version will be recited tomorrow, so you can come. We will be here on the original setting, 9:30, hopefully with electricity, but at least there will be light, daylight. And now I invite us to move to the Kaddish. So you see, the Kaddish is in 598, as always. We had a very meaningful Kaddish. Several people came and they mentioned that it was meaningful and special for them, and we bring the spirit. I want to thank those who participated here. And Sukkot is a time of festivity, but you always carry your dads with you. It is only in us that the dads are living, and we carry the heritage. So with that, we invite them to be part of in our celebrations. And when we celebrate, let's make sure that the ancestors are not thirsty. 598 is right. בחיים עלינו ובכל ישראל, עושה יעשה שלום עלינו. Good. So we are almost done. So just please be seated. Just answer on the point of order. The food is dished over there, and then grab your plate and go to the sukkah. That's the idea. That's the idea. And manage. And whatever you want finished today, you can come tomorrow 9:30. You'll get it in 11:30. Yeah. Go.
Thank you. I just warmed my heart to see so many people under such makeshift conditions from the whole scope of progressive communities in Johannesburg and around. And it's just wonderful to have the choir singing together sometimes not, but it's really been a wonderful experience. I thank you all for making the time and the opportunity to join us. Thank you so much.
Let me, for the sake of punctuality, let me recite the blessing now, and then I trust you guys to have a drink and eat some bread. Okay? Let's do it now together. 386. 386. Okay? So we're blessing in advance, and you will need to drink later. Make sure that you drink in advance. 386. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בחר בנו מכל עם ועורמנו מכל לשון וקידשנו במצוותיו ותיתן לנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה מועדים לשמחה חגים וזמנים לששון את יום חג הסוכות הזה, זמן שמחתנו מהקודש, זכר יציאת מצרים. קיבלנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, מכל נופי שבת, מועדי קודשך, בשמחה וששון, עדיין. Mekadesh Israel, Hazmanim, bless the eternal one, hollows Israel, and the times and for the bread. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamosi lechem min haaretz. Olam 6:25. Chag Sameach Please direct yourself over here.